target audience. With our digital format and wide range, we can reach your customers in next to no time. We are eager to promote your business, goods and services. So, partner with us for a very rewarding business experience. For more information, please call or visit our office at NTA Headquarters, Area 11, Garki, Abuja. NTA News 24. News and more news.
Hello and welcome to People and Events. I'm your host, Gufan Shaji Ogwanyi. Today, we're exploring the vibrant world of Nigerian arts and culture. As the legendary Fela Kuti once said, music is the weapon of the future. And trust me, we've got a whole arsenal of exciting performances and stories to share with you today. From the rhythmic beats of jazz music to the sizzling hot salsa dance nights, we're taking you on a journey through the diverse and exciting world of people and events. And who knows, you might just discover your new favorite artist or genre. So sit back, relax, and get ready to be entertained, informed, and inspired. Let's get started with this blast from the past, an inspiring package that bridges the gap between young people and older adults through intergenerational tourism. This remarkable event aims to break down age-related stereotypes, strengthen communities, boost our economy, and improve services for youth and older adults. Tourism is a vital sector in Nigeria's economy, offering immense potential for growth and development. By exploring historic sites, cultural landmarks, and natural wonders, tourists can experience the country's diversity and richness. Nigeria is home to numerous attractions such as the ancient Nok settlement, Osunosogbo Sacred Grove, and the breathtaking Kajuru Castle. The old-school tourism event recently held in Dutse Alhaji successfully bridged the generational gap between young and older adults. This innovative initiative brought together people from diverse age groups, fostering connections, mutual appreciation, and a deeper understanding of Nigeria's rich cultural heritage.
Dutse Alhaji, people used to stay on top of that rock, and they have some settlement after they descend from the rock. It is a cave for tourism. It is a cave that were made to known. On those days, our people used to enter for reinforcement against enemy. And that's why today is a tourism center.
Today, we gather to celebrate Nigerians' rich cultural diversity, promote tourism, and foster intergenerational connections among young and older generations.
The event showcased iconic attractions, promoted cultural tourism, and maintained the status and well-being of senior citizens. This transformative experience celebrated Nigeria's cultural heritage and fostered respect for senior citizens.
We've been doing this first, second, third, this, deceased. It has not been easy. Why we are doing it is just to bridge the gap between the older generation and the younger generation. Without the older people too, there will not be peace in the community. So for you to get peace in the community, you need to have the ideas from the older generation that will be advising the younger generation.
This is my first time to attend youth tourism. I'm so happy that I'm part of it today. That is why you can see I'm on old school level now, yes.
So we commend what this organization is doing by rekindling the old memories, letting the world know that truly the asset base of senior citizens is not found anywhere until you get to ignite it. So we commend your efforts, and we hope that we'll get to see more and more and more of old school tourism activities.
We must ensure that young generation understand the importance of these values and the role they must play to carry them forward. Today we stand not only as we witness to history, but as active participants in the continuous journey of nation building.
By investing in tourism infrastructure and promoting cultural heritage, Nigeria can unlock its economic potential, foster national unity, and showcase its beauty to the world.
People of Gondara have seen it in this community.
Pretty amazing, and indeed Nigeria has great tourism potentials. Next, we're grooving to the sounds of jazz music in Nigeria. With its rich history and soulful rhythms, jazz music has become an integral part of Nigeria's music scene. We're talking to jazz musicians and enthusiasts about what makes jazz music so special.
Music, they say, is food for the soul, as it is a universal language that gladdens the human spirit. Jazz is a genre that creates a unique mood. Just listen to those jazz enthusiasts who say the genre might not be so popular among netizens in Nigeria, but has a global acceptance.
All over the world, events, venues, institutions celebrate the genre of jazz as like a boundless, music genre.
We're being made to think now is that jazz is not as mainstream because Afrobeats is now the musical genre that the whole world has embraced. And so what happens? As they say, when Juju was reigning for a while, people think high life did not exist, but it did. So in the same way, I think jazz is still well and alive in Nigeria.
Afrobeats, whether we like it or not, has put Nigeria, has revamped Nigeria's position on the global scene powerfully.
Afrobeat is for the Gen Zs.
jazz will always be for us the old school. So that's the reason why we're here. And you can't take jazz away from Afrobeats.
In Africa and Nigeria, this genre of musical expression remains impactful and lucrative for many young people.
There are quite a number of talented musicians who actually, perhaps wittingly or unwittingly, perform jazz without knowing that that's what they're doing. There's enough individuals who really appreciate the musical genre. And if you're thinking about it, jazz had its home. The very beginning of jazz is Africa.
The musical show was an avenue for budding talents to express themselves through their performance.
All my songs I wrote, and so they come from a very personal place. I think also just the opportunity to experiment and figure out new sounds and take the time to craft something together that people will enjoy, I think is the reason that I keep going and keep putting music out.
Jazz music genre is said to be a fusion of harmonic and rhythmic structures that gives an thrilling experience to the lovers of this music genre.
Nobody do me like you. I done the love since I done the love tete. Nobody do me like you. The way you make me feel, it's extraordinary. Now I done fall in love more and more.
Let's take a break now. When we come back, we will shine the spotlight on the young creatives who are making waves in the Nigerian music industry.
Anything can happen, and sometimes even the market forces can make it that, look, let me sell mine and buy a cheaper one. And it's also a good opportunity to describe quality. Yeah, you see a lot of things, conversations going on out there around quality of petroleum product. What is of quality in this country is not of quality even in the next country around us. In fact, worst case probably related to Europe. In Europe, and these are geoscientists and professionals who will appreciate this. In Europe, you have cold weather so that there will be no solidification of the petroleum method. So you have to introduce certain chemicals to ensure that it doesn't solidify in cold weather. The same product, if you bring it to here, it interacts with air and it creates water, and you see water in your fuel. But it won't happen in Europe. That means what is of quality in Europe is actually substandard in Nigeria. And this is the reality. There is no such thing as a single quality by country or by location. It doesn't exist.
He explained that importation.
Take a look around, and people are actually happy because the program is impactful. People are happy with what we are doing, and everybody is living smiling. We are able to touch a lot of lives, and we are praying for the sustainability.
I did polishing and scaling of my teeth, which is the first time I'll be doing it, and I must really commend the dentists. They did a very wonderful job.
I've come for extraction of my teeth, and they attended to me free of charge.
They treated me my own BP, and I have malaria. They've given me some drugs.
There are a series of tests doing for people, like high blood pressure and blood sugar test. So after, they will now administer drugs for individual.
While the few indigents with cataract and glaucoma cases also underwent a free medical surgery respectively, the initiator of the foundation, Dr. Tosin Awuyemi, disclosed that the foundation was his late father's dream to impact humanity positively after his retirement from active service, but could not achieve such dream during his lifetime.
My dad, Professor Awuyemi, was very involved with community health. In fact, he was a professor of community health. He tried his best to leave an impact. Unfortunately, I lost him just when he retired. Then I've thought about how can I give back to the community since I was turning 40 next month. So I decided that I'm going to start a foundation where we will go to give free health care, free surgeries and dental surgeries to people.
And we know a lot of people, because of the monetary or financial aspect of it, a lot of people, they stay indoor. They don't want to seek medical help. That is why we have to come to the community.
Late Professor Ademola Awuyemi, who was an epidemiology and community health practitioner, died shortly after his retirement from the University of Ilorin in 2021.
With the rise of Afrobeats and other genres, Nigeria's creative industry is booming. We're exploring the impact of this growth on young creatives and what the future holds for them. Let's see this.
It is often said that available data from the National Bureau of Statistics shows that Nigeria has 70% of our population as youths. A significant percentage of this demography contributes immensely to the viable dynamics evident in the creative sector. This is why the present administration gave a nod to the fact that contribution of this young talent like Dila and several others should not be ignored with the establishment of the Ministry of Art, Culture and Creative Economy. British Nigerian-born Dila, known for her assertive lyrics and captivating cadence and dynamic stage presence, is taking the world by storm.
They want to be me. I got a heat on the sun, so you know, can't go watering me.
Since her debut in 2020, she, along with other young artists, have garnered wild acclaim. A unique blend of rap and hip-hop has featured the famous Your Case crooner, Tenny Makanaki. She also has an array of tracks with one titled Patience Ozokwo.
My music, apparently people say it's like I have wicked lyrics, and you know, Patience Ozokwo is always playing those wicked African aunties on TV, and I even say in the song that, you know, I'm a wicked babe, you can call me Patience, so it just made sense to call it Patience Ozokwo. I honestly want to see myself having a talent agency. I really enjoy creating stuff, directing music videos, helping in like the creative direction of, you know, just helping artists like reach and execute their vision. But aside from that, I definitely want to continue doing music, and I see myself performing on like global stages. Like I said, I'm dramatic, I'm very fierce, I am very confident, so I just exude that through rap. That's just my way of expressing myself.
Rap is a male-dominated genre. Enthusiasts have this to say about Dila.
Compare with anything, she gives me the vibe of like Sasha P in her prime, right? I can't recall any female rapper in Nigeria right now, but that's the best comparison I can have. Yeah?
Only the strongest will survive, but I think she's got the vibes, she's got the energy, and I want to see her at the top.
You know, when I was listening to her song before, I was like, easily this could be like a Nicki Minaj, or you understand, or Cardi B, you know. And so and she's just got it all, and it's flowing, you know. You know, Nigerians are coming out with innovative stuff. Far-flung places they are playing our songs, so far-flung. And what we're doing is that we are taking, a lot of us are taking the Nigerian songs and taking from other sources, you know, blending, fusing, and export it.
The creative economy is thriving also on the creativity of other unsung aspects of entertainment, which disc jockey.
I have a very unique style of DJing. I play only Afro house, electronic music, which isn't like really the big scene in Nigeria. So, I'm stepping out of that and, just grabbing influence from different like cultures and like countries to bring the sound to Nigeria.
Can't take away technology. Even now you have fast cars with new technologies coming on board. But when some of us started DJing, it was just the vinyl. And technology has made it so small.
The creative industry is indeed a gold mine, needed to be further explored for revenue and job creation for a better economy in the country.
The creativity in the youths is an economy. Do you understand? Yeah, it's the creative and cultural industries. Now, when you are able to monetize them, it becomes an economy because you can earn from there. Like, people are earning. A lot of the youths also, like the UK too. The creative economy is very vibrant.
Listen to more.
Where I'm from, we don't perfect distance. Where I'm from, we just go. And where I'm from, we just keep it 100. We just been swapping our bros. Where I'm from, we just talk them digits. Yeah, it's only about dough. Where I'm from, we don't take
Indeed, great blooming boards right there. And finally, we're ending today's episode with a sizzling hot salsa dance night. But did you know that many Nigerians think salsa dance has similarities with our very own butter dance? We're talking to salsa dancers and enthusiasts about these similarities and what makes salsa music so unique.
1, 2, 5, 6, 1, 2, a 2 fly. First misconception Nigerians have about salsa is they don't know that salsa is a Yoruba tradition. People always think that salsa is a foreign tradition, but no. Salsa escaped the shores of Africa during slave trade through the ships that went to Brazil and Cuba, and from Cuba, it went to, of course, Latin American countries and found its way all the way to New York. But the origin has been traced down to Yoruba tradition. It's actually like bata, and the clave beats. Pa, 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 pa. That's why it comes natural to us. One misconception is that, oh, why are you dancing with a female? No, there's nothing wrong with that. In salsa, salsa teaches you, the man, how to respect the woman. The man is the lead, the female is the follower. So as a salsa dancer, you learn how best to lead.
After the day's work, you need to do something that will just help you get rid of stress and just relax. For me, this is it. You get to meet people that you know, you get to meet new faces, and then you get to just dance and just let out the stress.
Arriba. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2. Ontaro. 1, 2.
For me, I'm a wellness person. I'm all about health and healthy living, lifestyle, wellness. So everybody has stress. If you are going to work, definitely you are picking up some stress. I will encourage Nigerians to find a way. If it's other physical activities, it's fine. But if you want to maintain your youth for a very long period of time, I will encourage you to dance. Especially this, because at any stage in your life, you can dance it. If you are retired, you can dance it. If you are very young, you can dance it. So it doesn't limit you to any age.
been doing salsa since 2015, and I've competed, done a lot of performances, taught a little bit, so it's been a very interesting journey. I think people think you need to know how to dance to start salsa, and you don't.
Wow, that's fascinating. It just goes to show how music and dance can transcend cultures and borders. That's all for today's episode of People and Events. Thank you for joining us on this exciting journey through Nigerian arts and culture. Until next time, stay entertained, stay informed, and stay inspired.
Advertising your goods and services on the right channel gives you an edge over your competitors. NTA News 24 has all the platforms for your target audience. With our digital format and wide range, we can reach your customers in next to no time. We are eager to promote your business, goods and services. So, partner with us for a very rewarding business experience. For more information, please call or visit our office at NTA Headquarters, Area 11, Garki, Abuja. NTA News 24. News and more news. Is your vehicle looking a little out of shape on account of daily wear and tear? Or you wish to purchase a brand new car? At Auto Beauty Services, we understand that your car is more than just a means of transportation, but indeed a reflection of who you are. Our state-of-the-art facility, sales personnel, and expert technicians provide top-notch sales and services to quench your thirst for a durable car and restore your vehicle's original shape and former glory. From routine maintenance to advanced repairs and custom detailing, be sure we will make your car look and feel like new. Our passion at Auto Beauty Services is to give maximum satisfaction as we help either purchase your dream car at affordable prices or love your refurbished car again. Visit us today and experience the ultimate in auto car. Call 0803-589-2688 or 0809-927-8020. You can also reach us via our email address autobeautyservices@gmail.com. Auto Beauty Services, a destination to be and surely where every car leaves feeling brand new.
Ramadan Mubarak! This season, StarTimes is bringing more value to you and your loved ones with Ramadan Upgrade promo. Recharge now and enjoy inspiring Islamic programs on Ikra TV, Sunnah TV, and many more. You can also enjoy top Filipino series, Gangs of Manila, which begins 1st of March, plus other great content. That's not all. Recharge 1 month on Nova Bouquet and get upgraded to Basic Bouquet. Recharge 1 month on Basic Bouquet and get upgraded to Classic Bouquet. Recharge 1 month on Classic Bouquet and get upgraded to Super Bouquet. Recharge 1 month on Super Bouquet and enjoy 5 days extra on us. Promo begins February 24th and ends March 31st. This Ramadan, enjoy more entertainment, get more knowledge, and receive more blessings. Hurry now! Recharge and upgrade with StarTimes. Ramadan Mubarak.
The Bureau of Public Procurement, BPP, wishes to inform the public that the Director General, BPP, or any of its staff do not engage. The Bureau of Public Procurement, BPP, wishes to inform the public that the Director General, BPP, or any of its staff do not engage any agent or intermediaries to facilitate the review of any request submitted to the Bureau. Consequently, any individual or group that claims to facilitate requests at the Bureau for a fee or through an agent may be misleading or may be committing fraud. The BPP urges the public not to fall victim to scams and unauthorized solicitation of this nature. Please report to the appropriate authorities any individual who claims to have influence or expedite your request at the BPP. The BPP is committed to transparency, accountability, and fairness. All requests to the Bureau shall be treated as required without the need for intermediaries.
These are the feedback mediums of the Director General of the BPP. 0916 095 8984. Email dgfeedback@bpp.gov.ng.
This initiative is expected to result in more affordable petroleum products for our citizens. We are supporting the local currency and creating a more resilient economy.
Let us seize this opportunity to forge new partnerships, explore innovative financing mechanisms.
Nigeria gains ground as global energy powerhouse opens more channels for flow of investment. Local enterprises to get special support to fuel the wheels for sustainable economic future.
There is a shot that our passport, our voters card for this engagement.
A listening ear and the opinion of the public on tax reforms. Senate says every voice counts.
Our tax system has been riddled with inefficiencies. We need to have economic policy that encourage local development.
Good evening and welcome to the Network News. I am Olajide Bello. Joining me from Lagos is Hingino John Adams, and of course, another Adams, but this time around, Benny is on Business News. Benny, I hear that visa on arrival is not cancelled.
Yes, actually, it's not cancelled, but just being upgraded to meet the global standards, talking about e-visa instead of visa on arrival. Details during the bulletin.
Many thanks, Benny. And of course, our man, Badi Adeleye, will keep us up to speed on sport update. Badi, what's the latest in the world of sports?
Olajide, the Nigerian under-20 football team, the Flying Eagles, are now in Cote d'Ivoire, battle ready for their 2-in-1 face-off with the Young Elephants.
Many thanks, Badi. Remember, you can watch these broadcasts live on our website, nta.ng/live, and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen. Ambitious reforms in the energy industry embarked upon by the President Bola Tinubu administration has positioned Nigeria as a global energy powerhouse that is open for business. President Bola Tinubu said locating the Africa Energy Bank in Nigeria is a historic milestone which has consolidated Nigeria and Africa towards realizing the theme, bridging continents, connecting investors worldwide with Africa's energy potential. Lydia Sampson reports.
Out the present administration's achievements in the oil and gas industry, Minister of State Finance, Dr. Doris Uzoka Anyete, who delivered President Tinubu's message to the summit, maintained that Nigeria's oil and gas industry is beaming with opportunities.
By denominating crude sales in Naira, we are supporting the local currency and creating a more resilient economy. This initiative is expected to result in more affordable petroleum products for our citizens, ultimately improving their standard of living and stimulating economic growth.
Her message resonates with key stakeholders from within and outside Nigeria.
Unlocking the full potential of this great continent is an utmost priority for OPEC. The investment needs of the oil industry are sizable. with cumulative investment requirements amounting to $17.4 trillion from now to 2050.
Let's see how we can attract the requisite investment and solve the issue of energy poverty in Nigeria.
Let us seize this opportunity to forge new partnerships, explore innovative financing mechanisms, and accelerate the development of Nigeria's gas sector.
Today, that every domestic gas-based industry or power plant in the country is getting all the gas that it needs because we are building the infrastructure, we are delivering on this infrastructure, and this country is working.
Indigenous players say optimism is high that the Nigerian oil and gas is at a good place as the world's largest producer of both oil and gas reserves. That Nigeria has made tremendous progress since the last International Energy Summit is not in contest. However, it is significant that deliberations from here must translate to prioritizing energy security for all Nigerians. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Nigeria has pledged commitment to the health and survival of local enterprises, describing them as catalysts for a sustainable economic future. Vice President Kashim Shettima made the pledge during a tour of the secured smart card and digital solutions facility in Lagos to mark its 20th anniversary. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports.
Vice President Kashim Shettima at the country's leading smart card manufacturing company for its 2 decades of excellence in manufacturing and digital solutions, a continental leader in digital solutions, now capable of producing 200 million cards annually, including international passports.
I know how the president is very passionate about patronizing Nigerian companies, and he will get to hear it tomorrow. And be rest assured that our passports, our voters card, will be produced in this country.
Firming the government's commitment to fostering an environment where businesses can flourish, Vice President Kashim Shettima assured that the administration is ready to help local industries fulfill their potential.
Secure ID is a testament to what is possible when vision is marked with dedication and hard work. Where there is a will, there is always the way. Against all odds, you thrived and you succeeded and conquered territories that hitherto belongs to others. It is my firm belief that the various ongoing interventions of this administration will pave the way for the emergence of more companies like Secure ID. Companies that will transform our economy, create opportunities, and raise the living standards of millions of Nigerians.
And the promise of the administration is to support enterprises by fostering an environment where innovation thrives and where every citizen has the opportunity to succeed. From Lagos, Abdurrahman Jibrila.
Now let's talk some politics. The governing All Progressives Congress, APC, has concluded plans to hold its National Executive Committee meeting tomorrow, Wednesday, 26 February 2025, after 18 months. A rectangular canopy is already being erected at the party National Secretariat, while other finishing touches are also underway to accommodate prospective members, including the national leader of the party, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Today is slated for a caucus meeting at the banquet hall of the presidential villa, where resolutions for ratification will be reached ahead of tomorrow at the Buhari House headquarters of the party. The next meeting, which is in line with Article 11 of the party's constitution, would be happening 18 months after that of August 3, 2023, where its former national chairman and secretary Abdullahi Adamu and Iyola Omishori resigned their duties to the present Abdullahi Umar Ganduje-led National Working Committee. Now let's join Musbao Dan Wahab, our State House correspondent, to keep us up to speed with the caucus meeting. Musbao, 18 months after such a meeting was held by the All Progressives Party Congress, All Progressive Congress Party now. What is this meeting set to achieve, and what should be the way forward?
Right, Jide, we might not be able to say what the meeting will be setting out yet, because what we're having at the moment is the National Caucus meeting of the All Progressives Congress, and that is to look at what the party has been able to achieve in past months under this present National Working Committee of Dr. Umar Ganduje and President Bola Tinubu. Remember, the president is attending the National Caucus meeting for the first time, and so the meeting is holding now at the conference center of the State House here, right here in Abuja, ahead of the National Executive Committee meeting, which will be holding tomorrow at the Secretariat of the party. But for now, the national chairman of the party, Umar Ganduje, has just briefed the meeting about the progress made so far under his leadership, talking about the elections that the party has participated in Kogi State, winning elections in Kogi State, Edo, Ondo, as well as some other states, while also losing Bayelsa State's governorship election. So all of those progresses have been briefed by the national chairman, Umar Ganduje, telling the president that his leadership has been very, very helpful for the party. The direction that the president has been giving the party has been helpful. And so the past, what it looks like vote of confidence in the president, in the leadership of the president, the way he has been able to handle his administration and some other economic matters in the country. And basically now, they have just set another agenda for the National Executive Committee meeting, which is holding tomorrow. That agenda is something that should be within the party members, the leadership of the party, and it will not come to the public yet.
All right, many thanks, Musbao, for keeping us up to speed on the caucus meeting, which is presently holding, and which will definitely set the tone for tomorrow's meeting. Many thanks for your input, Musbao.
All right, may I just add that Vice President Kashim Shettima, after the event you reported earlier, has reported here. He's also attended the meeting. The Senate President of the Senate, Speaker of the House of Representatives, governors, state governors who are members of APC, and of course former governors and other members of the National Assembly are also participating. So we hope to hear from the president in just a moment to address the meeting in a short while. Thank you, Judy.
All right, many thanks, Musba, once again for the insights from the State House. As political clouds gather ahead of party primary and the platform of the All Progressives Congress for November 2025 Anambra governorship race, an independent platform tagged Save Anambra State Movement has purchased and presented a nomination and expression of interest form to Chief Edozie Madu. Political correspondent Abubakar Akwanga reports.
The National Secretariat of the Governing All Progressives Congress APC Monday this week welcomed a sizable number of patriots who, after wide consultations, pulled resources together to purchase the nomination and expression of interest forms for the 2025 November Anambra governorship election for Chief Edozie Madu. Presenting the forms to the man after the heart of Anambra people, leader of the organization Ikechukwu Okafo said Madu's capacity and goodwill to effectively govern Anambra State rank high on the scale of priorities.
We believe that is the one to save Anambra State. We are not doubting it. Well, we are not doubting it for 1 minute. Well, we'll be with him all the way to the end, to the logical conclusion. I will believe he will win.
I've known this group for a very long time. There are no people I can say no to. And there are no sacrifices. Going straight to your question, I will accept. The infrastructure is down, it's collapsed. I have to fix it. When you fix it, security comes second. That is when it's going to be meaningful and lasting.
The aspirant who answered to the clarion call to service appreciated the sacrifice and pledged unwavering commitment to change the narrative in Anambra and ensure a new dawn of social harmony, political stability, and economic prosperity of the people. In Abuja, Abubakar Akwanga, NTA News.
And away from the political scene, Nigeria's economy has continued to expand. This is latest data from the National Bureau of Statistics shows that Nigeria's gross domestic product, GDP, grew by 3.84% year-on-year in real terms in the fourth quarter of 2024. This growth rate is higher than the 3.46% recorded in the fourth quarter of 2023 and the third quarter of 2024. The NBS data shows that the performance of the GDP in the fourth quarter of 2024 was driven mainly by the services sector, a growth of 5.37% and contributed 57.38% to the aggregate GDP. The agriculture sector grew by 1.76%, down from 2.10% recorded in the fourth quarter of 2023. Industrial sector growth was 2%, a decline from 3.86% recorded in the fourth quarter of 2023. In terms of share of the GDP, the services sector contributed more to the aggregate GDP in the fourth quarter of 2024 compared to the corresponding quarter of 2023. The major contributing economic activities in real terms in the quarter under review are crop production, 23.42%, trade, 15.11%, telecommunications 14.40%, real estate 5.88%, financial institutions 5.76%, and crude petroleum 4.6%. Over now to our business guru, Benny Adams, who is standing by for more on Business News segment. Benny.
Thank you, Olajide. And still talking economic growth, Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo says the visa on arrival policy is not being scrapped, but rather upgraded to improve efficiency and effectiveness. This is as the Director General, Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, PEBEC, Princess Zara Mustafa Audu, met with the minister to clarify statements attributed to the cancellation of the policy. In a statement by PEBEC, the Minister of Interior further clarified that travelers will still be able to apply online for short-stay visas, with approvals being granted within 24 to 48 hours. Once approved, the visa will be sent to applicants' email, eliminating the need for a physical sticker upon arrival. Tunji-Ojo says the upgrade builds upon the existing online approval system, streamlining the process and enabling travelers to receive their approvals ahead of time, and adds that the enhanced system aims to cut out inefficiencies, allowing Nigeria to better automate and control the inflow of travelers. For PEBEC, the move is in line with efforts at simplifying procedures and improving Nigeria's business environment and attracting foreign investment. Now still talking the economy, a Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, who co-chairs the International Advisory Board on Submarine Cable Resilience Summit, maintains that Nigeria is collaborating with strategic partners in safeguarding assets that support international digital economy. This comes about a year after Niger experienced submarine cable damage, which shut out access to internet-driven activities for 24 hours before it was restored.
In a country where the average age is about 16.9, we'll take more of our people online. And as we do that, we also have to then protect them as well. We wouldn't want a situation where that digital backbone in itself is not resilient. That's why this is a big program for us, saying that we're not just going to connect our citizens, we also want to protect them when
A record shows about 3 cuts to international submarine cables are recorded every week, and 90% of internet traffic is derived from underwater alignment of cables. Now, project managers, Chartered Institute of Project Managers of Nigeria is set to begin enforcement in April, while strengthening collaboration with stakeholders aimed at certifying practitioners in Nigeria and beyond. This was as the Minister of Industry, Senator John Eno, inaugurated the new board of the institute under the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment.
I say huge congratulations to the newly inaugurated Governing Council, and at the same time, I'm wishing all the members the very best of luck, and then put in more effort towards development of the body.
It's not just construction. It's not just building roads. Project management is in every sector of the economy, and this institute has been created by the National Assembly and assented to by the President to ensure that if you are going to lead project delivery in this country, that you are licensed by this institute.
By His grace, we will do everything humanly possible to ensure that our country, our world is a safer place for all of us to live.
The board has representation for Ministries of Finance, Education, Works, and Housing. Now, a quick look at the market. Sell-offs across many heavyweights like Wando, Nascon, UACN, Julius Baja, Fidelity Bank, Lafarge, and 38 others has led to Tuesday market closing in red as investors lost 215 billion naira. While in South Africa, South African stocks record the highest gain of 0.45%. Looking at the Tunisia Tune Index, it is a marginal increase of 0.01%. To close at 10,531.66 basis point. Well, this is it on business. Do stay tuned for our first break.
His Excellency Governor Muhammadu Inuwaihaya, CON, heartily welcomes the National Security Advisor Malam Nuhuri Badu and other invited guests and stakeholders to the second Gombe State Security Summit 2025 with the theme towards building a safer and more secure Gombe, addressing insecurity through collective action. The NSA will be delivering a keynote address titled Strengthening Collaborative Strategies for Sustainable Peace and Security in Gombe State and the Northeast sub-region. Notable professionals and security experts will also deliver lectures on various topics. The two-day summit will hold Wednesday 26 and Thursday 27 February 2025 at the International Conference Center, Gombe, by 10 a.m. Join us. Gombe, setting the pace, building a safer future together. Announcer, Planning Committee.
Have you heard the news? The federal government of Nigeria, through its direct benefit transfer program, has started the disbursement of 75,000 naira per household in 3 installments of 25,000, 25,000, 25,000 naira. Each recipient must have a validated national identification number, NIN, to receive the payment on behalf of their household members. To benefit, your household must be in the National Social Register of Poor and Vulnerable Households in Nigeria. The federal government's direct benefit transfer program is helping to reduce the effect of suffering while promoting financial and economic inclusion for the poor and vulnerable population in Nigeria.
Sunana Safiya Ismail, ni daga Gwagwalada Area Council a karkashin Giri, ina da yara 7 da mijina. Sana'ana sadda itace. Akwai damuwoyi da yawa. Rashin kudi da musanta zaka ga itace zai kare ba kudi ne zaka siya wani. An kira ni ayi Safiya Ismail nace yes, call for your benefits at Angondo do Gwagwalada. Suka bani ATM din immediately now withdraw kudi na. Among gaskiya kudi ya zo at the right time.
This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation, Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, in collaboration with the National Social Investment Programs Agency, National Social Safety Nets Coordinating Office, and the National Cash Transfer Office.
Aha! Is there it? Bro, I tell you, this match 3-0. Okay. If I win you, something will come out.
Don't play with me. Fast ball, fast ball. Ah, you know what? You don't shot me. Now we got this match.
Keep the banter going with Glow Borrow Me Credit or Data. Dial star 303 hash to borrow airtime or data and pay later.
Is it ready?
Power your relentless ambition with ultra-high-speed data. Glow Unlimited.
Honorable Chairman, Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, Dr. Muhammad Bello Shehu, OFR, invites the Honorable Minister of State, FCT, House Committee Chairman on FCT, Permanent Secretary of the FCT, Speakers of the 36 States Houses of Assembly, Secretaries to the State Government, Clerks of the 36 States Houses of Assembly, Chairman of ALGON in the 36 States of the Federation, and FCT to a one-day workshop on the role of the State Executive Legislature in implementing the recommendations of the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission with respect to remuneration package for public, political and judicial office holders. Date, Thursday, 27th February. Time, 10 a.m. Venue, Commission's Auditorium, first floor, Abuja. Engineer Joseph Uweze Okechukwu, Secretary to the Commission. Announcer.
You cannot put the head of an elephant on the neck of a goat. Fruit determines size. No tree can have rice by accident. Every time you see results that are giant, they are products of giant roots. You don't get giant results from dwarf roots.
Thanks for being there. Now let's move to the National Assembly, where the House of Representatives has pledged support for legislations that will enhance the capacity of security agencies to protect lives and property of citizens. This was at the public hearing of a bill for an act to establish Nigeria Security and Intelligence Trust Fund. National Assembly correspondent Mitaire Ikpen reports on these and other parliamentary engagements.
Security experts here agree that Nigeria's security and intelligence agencies are underfunded in the face of growing criminality. The bill seeking establishment of Nigeria's Security and Intelligence Trust Fund is described as timely to address budget shortfalls and funding gaps that hinder the capacities of security agencies to deliver on their mandate.
The bill is actually to provide alternative funding for the intelligence agency outside the budgetary allocation to reduce the burden and dependence on budget allocation
and enhance capacity for intelligence gathering, training, equipment with overall aim of nipping security challenges in the bud.
At another public hearing on bills to establish 10 federal colleges of education, there is consensus that Nigeria's growing population places a demand for more teacher training institutions.
The proposed Federal College of Education Technical Pascari Katsina State will address the seeming imbalance in the spread of the such colleges in the Northwest Geopolitical Zone.
And when we establish schools, these schools must reflect the new thinking, the new worldview.
Meanwhile, the Southeast Caucus in the House of Representatives has appealed to the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, to consider reopening the Onitsha Bridgehead Market in Anambra State.
The wholesome and indefinite sealing of a market that caters for over 90% of the medication needs of the Southeast and South-South regions may not be the best approach, more so when it is considered that many of the other traders in the same market are genuine businessmen and women.
The Onitsha Bridgehead Market was sealed by NAFDAC as part of a nationwide raid on fake and substandard medicines in the country. From the National Assembly, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
The Senate has received more inputs and recommendations from members of the public on the 4 tax reform bills. At the second-day public hearing, the legislators reaffirmed their position that their engagement is not just a legislative formality, but a national dialogue where every voice counts. Ignatius Nkwo reports.
It was the second and last public hearing on the 4 tax reform bills at the Senate. The zeal to engage the Parliament on these bills continued as agencies of government and the private sector reel out their observations. The Nigerian Customs Service pointed out some conflicting provisions in the proposed law that would interfere with the Nigerian Customs Act, while the Academic Staff Union of Universities and others pointed out potential fallout of scrapping TED fund by 2030 as provided in the tax bill.
Customs
should be allowed to retain its mandate under the provisions of the NCS Act 2023. The only obligation of funding that research today in the Nigerian system is the TED fund.
And the acknowledgement of the importance of modernization of the tax system to enhance fiscal and stability and align with global best practices.
Look at all these arguments as to whether the revision will be 60%, 20%. This should not be in the law. We already have in our constitution revenue mobilization, allocation, and fiscal commission. That is their statutory duty.
The Federal Inland Revenue Service and Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms were on ground to clear gray areas.
Nobody will come from anywhere to come and develop Nigeria. We need to have economic policy that encourage local development.
For far too long, our tax system has been riddled with inefficiencies, ambiguity, inequity, and complexity that have constrained economic growth.
Number of stakeholders that made themselves physically present here are 51. Your insights, perspectives, and recommendations have enriched our discussions and will go a long way in shaping tax policies and a fair, efficient, and growth-driven legislation.
As the hearing comes to an end, the committee announced its next step, a retreat for deeper consultations where the various inputs will be fine-tuned and reconciled before presentation at plenary. Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
Talking health, the ongoing coalition against the spread of HIV/AIDS in Nigeria is becoming stronger with the drafting of the Northwest Geopolitical Zone into the Free to Shine Triple Elimination Campaign. Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, flagged off the campaign in Kaduna with a call on stakeholders to work towards securing the future of the country by changing its current HIV/AIDS narrative. State House correspondent Adeniyi Taiwo reports.
One geopolitical zone at a time. That is the unfolding narrative of the Free to Shine Triple Elimination Campaign as it moves from its maiden launch in north-central Nigeria to the northwest, bringing more stakeholders on board the fight against HIV/AIDS, hepatitis, and syphilis. As the highlight of our two-day working visit to Kaduna State, the campaign launch, the First Lady notes, holds a lot of significance for the future of the country.
According to the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, in 2024, there were over 100,000 children and nearly 2 million adults living with HIV/AIDS. The Free to Shine campaign seeks to significantly reduce new HIV infections among women of reproductive age, prevent mother-to-child transmission, which is the vertical transmission, and ensure that every child born with HIV receives the necessary treatment and support to thrive.
The test is everything that concerning us is free.
Despite recording some positives, as shown by the testimony of these survivors, Nigeria, the First Lady says, is at a pivotal stage in her fight against HIV/AIDS, seeking to join other countries in Africa who have achieved the UN AIDS 95-95-95 target by 2030.
We must deepen engagement with traditional and faith-based institutions to address cultural and religious influences on HIV prevention behaviors, especially those engaging in birth services, by expanding access to HIV testing services. I believe with the concerted efforts of all our stakeholders here present, especially our state first ladies, who will help disseminate this message in their various states. This deadline can be attained by the grace of God.
And I can assure you that as governors, we will do everything humanly possible to support this initiative because it's about saving lives.
And we're going to ensure that drugs, test kits, and the care that you need is made available so that we can ensure that AIDS is eliminated as a public health threat by 2030.
The Free to Shine campaign is one of the advocacy initiatives of the Organization of African First Ladies for Development, or AFLAD, and other development partners.
What is the call to action?
Every mother's life is precious, and every child has the right to a future free from AIDS.
One of the things that the First Lady have the power is to fight stigma and discrimination.
The South-South geopolitical zone is next in line for the launch of the campaign. From Kaduna, Adeni Itaiwo, NTA.
Meanwhile, the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Muhammad Ali Party, says President Bola Tinubu's administration has committed significant resources to a national medical relief program in the 2025 budget, which will ensure mass availability of essential medicines produced by Nigerian pharmaceutical companies to heal local communities. The Coordinating Minister made this known while addressing stakeholders at the quarterly review meeting of Northern Traditional Leaders Committee in Abuja on primary health care delivery. He also expressed federal government's efforts to combat infectious disease through strengthened immunization campaigns in collaboration with its partners.
Of government, and this is reflected in the consistent year-on-year increases in the allocations to health sector from 2023 when he came till date, and also urging the states to step up, and many of them now are rallying to increase their own commitments to health.
But it's a responsibility we owe ourselves and our community and our country. So we need to do all we can to ensure that this circulating virus is finished with this year. We should be doing other things apart from polio.
Party commended the traditional leaders for their consistent commitment to meeting quarterly to drive healthcare improvements, which has been instrumental in the success of health interventions, particularly in routine immunization and polio eradication. And away from health, in the digital era, our lives are more connected than ever before. With just a click, we can share our thoughts, opinions, and experiences with the world. But this interconnectedness comes with a price: the constant challenge of managing reputations in a world where information spreads faster than ever. This is the focus of the FCT chapter of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations and IPR Reputation Roundtable, with the theme Navigating Reputation Challenges in the Digital Era. Haman Jabani reports.
It is widely believed that every tweet, post, comment, or review that is made contribute to the people's digital footprint. This footprint is permanent, searchable, and access to anyone with an internet connection, shaping how people perceive us both personally and professionally. One of the biggest challenges in the digital era is that online action can have real-world consequences.
We face far greater danger today that we're in the digital era, where a lot can be put out in a second that can damage an individual or an organization. So it's also a call for them to become more professionally alert.
We want to also see how we can collaborate very closely with the directors of public relations to ensure that we give them the institutional support that is required.
And until, of course, we start conducting ourselves, our stories are balanced, our message is all encompassing, there's integrity, there's believability, there's also nationalism.
Part of way to manage it is also to be proactive with all the news. Try to identify every news that speaks to you or speak to your brand, and then quickly, as a matter of urgency, respond factually.
To successfully navigate the challenges of the digital age, especially in matters pertaining reputation and public image, stakeholders stress the need for individuals and organizations to remain vigilant. This includes constantly monitoring of their online presence. Haman Jabani, NTA News.
Jigawa State Governor Umar Namadi has declared a zero-tolerance stance against corruption, vowing to sanitize the state and prosecute offenders. Speaking at a workshop organized for senior government officials by the newly established Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission in Dutse, Governor Namadi emphasized that corruption undermines the government's ability to deliver quality services to the people. He reiterated his administration's commitment to rooting out corrupt practices, ensuring transparency
to your brand, and then quickly, as a matter of urgency, respond factually.
To successfully navigate the challenges of the digital age, especially in matters pertaining reputation and public image, stakeholders stress the need for individuals and organizations to remain vigilant. This includes constantly monitoring of their online presence. Haman Jabani, NTA News.
Jigawa State Governor Umar Namadi has declared a zero-tolerance stance against corruption, vowing to sanitize the state and prosecute offenders. Speaking at a workshop organized for senior government officials by the newly established Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission in Dutse, Governor Namadi emphasized that corruption undermines the government's ability to deliver quality services to the people. He reiterated ensuring transparency and fostering a culture of accountability across all levels of governance. Mohammed Musa Askira reports.
This gathering is another of such efforts of the governments to mitigate corruption and corrupt tendencies in Jigawa, organized by the state governments through this